When he got on a plane in Portland, Oregon last night, he was just another passenger who gave his name as D.A. Cooper. But today, after hijacking a Northwest Airlines jet, ransoming the passengers in Seattle, then making a getaway by parachute somewhere between there and Reno, Nevada, the description on one wire service, master criminal.
36 passengers got off the jetliner in Seattle last night. Left aboard 4 crew members and the hijacker, dressed in a business suit, demanding $200,000 and carrying a plain briefcase which he told the crew held explosives. With the full ransom collected from Seattle banks and 4 parachutes aboard, the plane headed for Reno. It took 3.5 hours, slow for a jet, but the hijacker had given detailed flight instructions. The rear stairwell was open all the way. It arrived at Reno in shreds. The crew, here being debriefed by the F.B.I, was told to fly low over Oregon's flatlands with the flaps down. The speed dropped to 200 miles per hour. Somewhere, the hijacker parachuted away with the money.
How did you surmise that he was not on the plane when he landed in Reno?
Well, a search was made of the plane immediately after landing.
As we understood it, he could have gotten off as the plane taxied before it came up here. How did the crew know he wasn't on when it touched ground?
The crew couldn't know that, but we had the airport covered.
Are the authorities now searching for him?
Snow covers the mountains in Northern California and Nevada, a hostile terrain for any parachute drop, especially at night. Police believe he left the 727 in the flatlands of Oregon or Washington, but they are still looking in 4 states, even around the airport. Authorities began their search here, thinking the hijacker may have jumped off at the end of the runway as the plane touched down. But the problem is more complex. A daring parachute escape from a flying 727 somewhere between Reno and Seattle, Washington.
This is the man who pulled off the only successful skyjacking in U.S. history. D.B. Cooper hijacked a Northwest Airlines 727 Thanksgiving Eve of 1971. He parachuted out the back door at 8:11 p.m. Hundreds of troops combed the woods near Woodland and east to the town of Ariel. The search for Cooper and his $200,000 went on for weeks, but nobody really knew where he bailed out, where he landed, or even if he survived. The first hard evidence that he jumped out there was found by a hunter in the woods, part of the exit sign from the door of the aircraft. The Cooper mystery and legend have not died with time. The tale still rolls through these hills and the rumors persist. Then the Dwayne Ingram family entered the picture last February.
I was going to build a fire, and I had some wood in my arm, and I got ready to set it down, and my son ran up and said, "Wait a minute, Daddy." So he raked a place out in the sand there, and there it was. It kind of tumbled up on the top.
What his young son found was part of Cooper's loot, badly decomposed, in bundles, still in the same order when packed 9 years ago. The beach is 5 miles northwest of Vancouver. The Army Corps of Engineers had dredged the Columbia River here in 1974. The loot had been on the bottom, washed downstream over a 3.5-year period, and now on shore where F.B.I. agents combed the sand like archaeologists. All they found was $5,800 and no sign of D.B. Cooper. But in the town of Ariel, the people are sure he's still alive.
But a lot of them still think he landed in this area somewhere, made his way towards the Columbia somehow. For all we know, he's been here. You know, walked in, had a beer, and walked out, just to see what the place was like.
The town of Ariel comes alive Saturday with its annual D.B. Cooper party, complete with buffalo stew. They hope this year he'll come out of hiding, if he's still alive, and join in the fun.